What is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. Today I bring you guys loot from 10 hours of the Gemstone Crab. The Gemstone Crab was released yesterday, July 23rd, and it was introduced with Varlamore, the Final Dawn. It can spawn in 3 locations within the rainforest here, and the only requirement to actually fight the crab is completion of Children of the Sun in order to access Varlamore. Alright, so within the rainforest, this is one of the 3 spawns, and as you can see, it's not here. So all I'm going to be doing is simply crawling through this little cave, and it's going to lead me directly to the crab as it's alive, and I can just go ahead and start killing it, or I can simply wait for the crab to die and start fresh on the next crab. But why wait? Let's go ahead and start this video. 10-hour timer has begun. What I'm going to do to spice this video up is 2 different things for you guys. I am going to be trying out 10 different styles of killing this crab, and I'm going to test the XP per hour. As you can see, it is a long fight. As a matter of fact, it is a 10-minute fight, and the health bar of this crab doesn't actually show its actual health. Rather, it shows how much time players have left before you have to switch locations. It does stay stationary for 10 minutes, and then the HP drops to 0. After that, it does burrow underground and it relocates, which that's the point where you just have to enter a nearby cave and you can restart the next fight. Now, you are going to be earning slightly less experience per hit than usual. It's about 87.5% of the usual experience. 1 damage equals 3.5 experience. But this crab is much better than rock crabs and sand crabs because it still offers higher experience rates, and there is no downtime in between attacks. There's no experience that gets wasted for overkill damage like on other crabs. Now, upon defeating the crab, the top 16 players who have dealt the most damage to the crab, you're going to be gaining the opportunity to mine the gemstone crab shell for 3 random unnoted gems ranging from uncut opal to uncut dragonstone. That's why you should definitely bring a gem bag here. Now, if you're not within the top 16, you will get a game message in the chat box that says your understanding of the gemstone crab is not good enough, and it is important to note that even if you can mine this crab, you do not get mining experience, so you can completely ignore the mining gear in the inventory. All you need is a pickaxe. Alright, as you can see, the crab is dead. I'm going to simply mine it just for a few seconds, and we are done. Yep, we just got 3 gems there, and we're just going to crawl through the tunnel and start the next fight. Now, one thing you may notice is that there are a ton of low levels here. That is because it's a mid-level to low-level boss. It does not hit anything at all. I mean, occasionally you might get dealt 1 damage, but it's very rare. And so this makes a great boss for people to simply come here and click 1 time, maybe 2 times in the span of 10 minutes, and you can simply AFK your day away and get some pretty awesome experience. I did not run into many main accounts at all, as it goes for super high level accounts, but I was running into tons of medium levels, and I think the best thing about this video is that you can really kind of check out everyone's different gear setups here. I would recommend training melee here, but people also brought crystal, people brought blowpipes, people brought magic. It just depends on your preference and what you prefer to train, but either way, it's going to be 10 minutes of AFKing, and I gotta say, out of killing sand crabs and rock crabs and a few other crabs during the course of my RuneScape career, this is my new favorite crab. Well, I'm coming up on my very first hour here. I decided to use a Fang with max strength, and I also had Piety on the whole entire time. Kind of going above and beyond here. You definitely don't need to do all that, but why not? Let's test the XP per hour. So in strength, with this hour, I got 115k with a Fang. It was insanely AFK, and I did use Piety the whole time, so we will remember that. Now let's go ahead and bank all of the gems from the gem bag in the inventory, and then we're going to adjust our inventory a little bit, and we'll get back out there. But for now, the price check of all the gems in the very first hour came out to be 33k. Yeah, not the greatest amount of gems, but the XP makes up for it. That's really all I can say about the drop table. Of course, I had plenty of people recommend and suggest throughout having public chat on this whole time that this monster should have a pet, little pet crab. Of course it should. Everything should have a pet in this game. I agree with you guys there. Some people were also a little disappointed in the amount of gems that you get from the gemstone crab. I mean, you would think if you're going to name a crab the gemstone crab and also, you know, really emphasize the gems in this area, that he would give you a little bit more than 30k worth of gems an hour. But again, most crabs in RuneScape don't really have a great drop table, so at least you're getting something. Fang, and I like the variety of gems. I mean, I'm a big gem guy. I love diamonds. I love, I don't own any, but I just love gems. The movie Uncut Gems. I mean, there's so many great gems out there. And not only do you get the high tier diamond, ruby, emerald, sapphire, they even say you get dragonstone. Personally, I haven't seen a dragonstone this whole time, but maybe you get it, maybe you don't. But you also get opals, you get jades, you get topaz, the very useful gems for early level Ironman. So I like that. All right, another hour completed. Let's see what XP we got with a Rapier and Piety on the whole time. 137k strength XP an hour. Not bad. Definitely more than the Fang, and I imagine that is because of the speed of the Rapier. Nevertheless, I'm going to switch it up now, and I'm going to go ahead and bank the gems that we have in this tab here. Looks like we have a little bit of variety, but again, no Dragonstones yet. We'll see if we get any by the 10th hour of the video. Again, you don't have to bring Divine Super Combats here or Prayer at all. Again, it's very medium to low level requirements. There was a guy here with an Adamant Spear and a Frog Mask, so you don't need a lot to kill this boss. If you ever just want to see RuneScape's finest, just come to this location. I mean, this is the true heart of RuneScape. This giant crab is everything that RuneScape represents. I love it. I think it's one of the best updates that came out with Varlamore. I mean, I could have spent all day yesterday killing the next hardest boss in RuneScape, but I killed this giant crab for 10 hours, and I have no regrets about it. All right, that is hour number 3 completed with no Piety, using a Fang. I got about 95k strength XP an hour. Made a little bit of lunch. I think I made a quesadilla yesterday, and I continued on. So now I'm going to use a Rapier with no Piety, and we'll see the XP an hour in strength that we get. I don't think anyone is going to use Piety here, but I just wanted to see the maximum rate of XP and strength that I could go for here, so I figured I would just do a little bit of testing. We are going to be using so many different weapons and setups, so don't you worry. We're going to be covering, hopefully, the weapon that you're going to be choosing to use here. Of course, you see a lot of people with, all sorts of unique weapons. I didn't use the Soul Reaper Axe or the Scythe, and, a lot of people here with Rune Scimitar, range, magic. It's all about your preference, really, and what you want to train. So, yeah, just kind of up to you there, but with 4 hours being completed, it looks like with the Rapier and no Piety, but still using the super combats as well as max strength, I did average about 106k strength XP an hour. It's not too bad. I think now I want to go test an unpopular weapon these days, but I still love it. We're going to test the Dragon Scimitar. As you guys know, Varlamore Part 3 was released yesterday, and you guys have so many more videos to come from me, yours truly, with the rest of the month looking so bright. So I just wanted to remind you guys of that, and I was actually working on 3 other videos that have nothing to do with Varlamore, so you guys are going to be seeing those too soon. And if you ever want to keep me company on game, feel free to join my new friends chat that I made on my Iron Man a few days ago. It's on the screen there. I always have all my alts rocking and rolling in there, and I try my best to respond to anyone and everyone, so feel free to stop on by. So are you curious what the Gemstone Crab looks like in HD? Well, there you go. Yes, it's bright, LOL. Yes, it is. Very bright. Unfortunately, for the next few clips, I did turn off my GPU, so I apologize that it looks so grainy. Bear with me. 5 hours into the video, about 100k strength XP an hour with a Dragon Scimitar. Let's go ahead and switch it up, and let's use a whip. The famous Abyssal Whip. Can't really train strength with this weapon, but you can train attack. So let's go ahead and train attack. And yeah, just the normal whip, no tentacle, nothing crazy, just normal Abyssal. This will be the only time that I'm training attack during this video, because if you haven't noticed by now, I am very close to obtaining 200 million strength XP, and I decided what better monster to kill than the new best AFK-able mini boss, if you want to call it that, in the game, and that is the Gemstone Crab. Never in my life have I ever killed a monster where so much of the lower to mid-level community was all around me. We had great conversations, great laughs, and we made great memories, and I love this community, so that's the best part about this boss. 106k attack XP an hour using a whip. That's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. Wasn't using Piety or anything. We only used Piety for the first 2 clips into the video, the first 2 hours, I should say. Now we're going to switch up weapons. I'm going to use a somewhat popular strength training weapon for you med levels out there. This is the Zombie Axe. I have this on my Iron Man, and it is my best in slot strength weapon on that account, outside of like my special attack weapons. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what XP an hour we pull with the Zombie Axe and max strength at 99 strength, of course. As you can see, a little bit less than 400k XP until my third 200 mil on this game, which will be none other than strength. I did obtain 200 mil range about a year ago, obtained 200 mil HP, also known as hit points, about 7 months ago, and now my third 200 mil being strength. I think I locked in, or at least I will lock in, rank 2,200 or something like that, so it's up there, you know. A lot of people in this game have 200 mil strength, but I'm very proud, and feels good to share that with you guys today. All right, that's another hour. We have 3 hours left to go, 7 hours in so far. The overall XP from using the zombie axe came out to be 95k strength XP an hour, one of the lowest rates so far. Now we're going to try one of my favorite methods on my alternate account, and that is full obsidian with the obsidian sword and berserker necklace. Always rocking that old tour ring and using the pendant to simply teleport so close to this location. As you guys know, there were multiple quests released yesterday. Guess what? You don't have to do them. So yeah, if you want to kill this crab, you do not have to do the new quests. You guys know me. I avoid quests like the plague until I absolutely have to do it, and unfortunately my next Varlamore loot video requires a quest, so that's okay. Listen, I know, they're not that bad, but what can I say? I know my preferences. Either way though, the obsidian was locking in a pretty good XP rate. As you can see on the bottom left there, you can see the XP gained overall from the start to the finish of the video, and also the hourly rates. So here we are with 8 hours in, 2 hours left to go today. Looks like I averaged about 110k strength XP an hour with obsidian. That is not bad at all. All right, raise of hands. Who remembers this weapon, huh? Saradomin sword. That's right. We are going to be using the Saradomin sword for a full hour. You know, the only interesting thing about this weapon is that the special attack is actually a magic-based attack. So I'm just going to stick with Saradomin Godsword spec. Because, yeah, Divine Super Combats take away some HP, and I can just get back that HP with that beautiful special attack. The last thing that I'm going to test out for this video after using the Saradomin sword will be full DH. And of all things that I've tested in this whole entire 10-hour grind, that is by far my favorite. So I'm looking forward to this next and final hour coming up on us. It has been such a fun grind. I mean, it wasn't a grind. This was so laid back. But anyway, 9 hours in, about 100k strength XP from the Sara sword, just like the Dragon Scimitar. So not really that great, but it's only 100k. So all right, the gems are looking, well, what can I say? Not the best, but we do have some gems in the bank so far. We're going to use this rock cake to go ahead and go down to 1 HP. And we have 1 hour left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen, of the video, and we have 100k strength XP left until 200 mil. I just want to say a big shout out to the community on this one. It was a pleasure and a privilege to talk to you guys during the course of this grind, and it was a lot of fun just to kind of see so many low levels, so many medium levels, and not only that, but who would have thought that after a decade later, old school RuneScape has been in the world once again, you know, from our childhood to now. And ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest, it is thriving. Never in my life did I expect to see so many hundreds of thousands of players online, but here we are, and we're living through some good times with this game right now. So just wanted to say thank you all for being a part of it, and thank you all for being a part of the journey. Not only my journey, but old school RuneScape, because we're in this together, baby. 200 mil strength XP has been obtained on July 24th. 2025. We didn't celebrate it on live stream, but we celebrated it with the most amazing community in game and showcasing it on the video of 10 hours of Gemstone Crabs. Well, what better way to wrap up a beautiful 10-hour video than getting 200 mil strength? There goes the timer. Let's go ahead and do the overall price check, and then I'll break down the XP per hour for you guys. All right, so looking into the bank, here are all the gems. I did not receive a single Dragonstone from this video, but overall loot from 10 hours of killing the new and best crab in the game, the Gemstone Crab, does come out to be, all the gems being added up here, a record-breaking 152k. But if we round up, it's about 153k. Not too bad. 200 mil strength XP obtained, 965k strength XP overall for this one, as well as 107k attack XP. RuneLite didn't quite track everything, as you can see, but you know, that's what it did track. And as you can see on screen here, this is the XP per hour broken down with each weapon that I chose to use. And with that being said, I want to say thank you to all the YouTube channel members, with a special shout out to Deception Z, XX X, and Daydog Gaming. And once again, guys, thank you so much for everything. I will see you soon with a new video, and until that time, Mr. No Sleep, out.